Welcome to My Breakthrough Zone with your host, Coach Sybil Kearse. Make sure you come through to get your breakthrough. Hey, everybody, it's Coach Sybil Kearse, your favorite coach. I am super excited to be here. I had a very long but productive day, and I wanted to swing by today so that I can keep my commitment of doing the My Breakthrough Zone podcast. So every Monday, as you know, I've announced a couple weeks ago, I will be doing some live coaching sessions via this podcast, and it has been a blessing to many people. So we initially started talking about how to figure out how to set your goals. And that is going to be talking to the people who basically found themselves in a situation that they didn't want to stay in, or they were basically wanting to do things to get to the next level in their life, or whatever it is that they were working towards, striving towards, whatever you want to call it. The point is, if you don't know the way to get there, it doesn't matter if you know the destination, right? You need to know how to navigate your way to get there. And so setting goals is one of the key tools that helps people navigate in their journey to get to the next level. So we talked about that. If you didn't catch it, go ahead and check the replay. We're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like to our channel. We appreciate your love and support. We talked about making the decision to be effective. The first step to any dynamics of dealing with change has to be the decision to change. You have to make up in your mind, you no longer want to be where you are for whatever the reason is, and to whatever section of your life that applies to. Okay, it's just a matter of what you're doing with the inner you, as I call it, the inner me. The inner me has to decide that I no longer want to deal with the circumstances or live in a place where I am right now. And so I make a decision to change and be effective. And so during the comments last week, one of the things I said is that the world doesn't care about your visions or your dreams. Okay. And so one of my clients reached out to me and was like, well, what exactly do you mean by that? So I think it'll be befitting that as those of you who are following along with the podcast, written down your goals, took notes, and is making a conscious plan to be effective so that you can see your goals being met. This week, we're going to talk about what that means. Okay. What did I mean by that? We live in a world that people want to see results. And I think I touched on that last week, but I will elaborate a little bit. People want to see results. And not only do people want to see results, part of us achieving our goals or accomplishing things also helps us to keep going. It keeps us thriving. It keeps us wanting to do more and be more accomplished. And it's just something that we feed off of as people. And so you can tell someone all day, I'm going to be a millionaire. When I hit a certain age, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. And all of those aspirations are perfectly okay to keep. Okay. I don't want anyone to think that that should be discredited or discounted. Not at all. But when it comes to people, or the world, as I call it, looking at what you said, they're going to want to see the results. They don't want to hear about what you're going to do. They want to see that you've already done it. Okay. So someone saying, I'm going to be a millionaire versus that person that says, I am a millionaire, who do you think will capture the attention of their audience more, right? Okay, so that's what I mean by that. At the end of the day, it was not meant to be discouraging. It was not meant to say that you shouldn't have dreams and aspirations. But sometimes some things are better kept to yourself when they're still in the planning stages. Okay, especially when you're doing the groundwork, the foundational work. Okay, this way nothing can come and just cause a disruption before it even starts. And so there are going to be times that you're going to have to learn that as excited as you are about your dreams, as excited as you are about where you're headed, as excited as you are about seeing your visions unfold, listen, everybody don't need to know about it. Sometimes you have to just let your results speak louder. And when you do that, the world can then comprehend what it is you were doing. It's okay to dream, but most times, if we think about it in the natural sense, when do we dream? Aside from daydreaming, but even when you contemplate daydreaming, we're doing it in a space that's not really here and the now. It's not tangible. It's not right now, right? And so when you try to convey your dreams, have you ever had like a crazy dream, right? And you wake up and you try to share that with someone, they can't quite see what you see. They don't get it. They can't experience whatever it was that you experienced in that dream, no matter how well you dress it up, no matter how descriptive you are, right? They can't experience what you're experiencing when it's still in the dream stage. And so because of that, unfortunately, the world doesn't really care about your dreams and aspirations. What's going to make a difference, what's going to make a mark, what's going to make a dent in history is what you do, not what you say. And that's just being real. So while you're in the dreaming stage, if you want to talk to anybody, talk to the inner me, talk to the inner you, talk to you about what you need to do when it starts getting rough, when it starts not working out, when it seems like you got these stumbling blocks or roadblocks. You need to have a talk with yourself. That's not the time to go and broadcast to everybody what you plan on doing. You need to talk to you so you can get it done. That's what being effective is. And when you find your passion and you're driven and you're purpose driven about it, trust me, you're going to find that detour. You're going to find your way around it. You will not want to give up because the goal is to accomplish. Because the last time you accomplished something, you were ecstatic. And it's almost like trying to get that same feeling again. And you're going to keep striving because your passion will not let you let it go. Okay. So, with that being said, I want to now just kind of transition a little bit to encourage somebody who set their goals, they wrote them out, they got the vision boards all over the place. They try to follow along with some instructions. You're watching YouTube, you're following various coaches and mentors, but you're still at a place where you don't see anything unfolding, you don't see anything happening. You feel like you take 2 steps forward and 4 steps backwards, okay? I want to just take a moment to encourage you. Continue doing what you're doing. All right. Continue seeking whatever you need that's going to keep you motivated to keep going. If you only knew, I'm sitting here talking to you, having only 3 hours of sleep, working constantly, doing different things with my colleagues and trying to work on a business launch, trying to do this and put together other things that I have going on in my businesses. Listen, I could have very well said, not today. And I don't really care if I only have one person that listens. That's one person that I may have made a difference. I refuse to not show up and keep my commitment to myself. So if that's your commitment in this stage, is to invest in yourself, learning more about yourself, taking in the tools that people are giving you, whether you take the time to pay for someone to help you, or you're taking advantage of this content that so many people are putting out there at your disposal, keep doing it. Make that commitment to invest in you. But I also want to caution you, don't stay in that stage. You see, so many people in my businesses, at my career job, they'll ask for information. Okay. If you own a business, you know what I'm talking about. If you sell a product or a service, you know what I'm talking about. They'll hit you up all day. Hey, how can I find out more? And the problem is people want to be informed, but they don't want to do the work to become transformed. Listen, once you get the information, there is something you need to do with it in order for it to work for you. It's no need to just keep being informed. So while you're in this stage, while you're soaking it all in, while you're gleaning from the various people that are willing to pour into you, listen, get full and then get ready and then execute your plan. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let your doubt, do not let failure make you afraid to push forward. What if I told you everything that you wanted, the life you want to live, your dreams, aspirations, your accomplishments is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of doubt. It's on the other side of whatever it is you placed in front of you that's stopping you from going and stopping you from getting to it. I promise you, if you continue to move forward, you will eventually find yourself making progress. Okay. It's nothing wrong with taking this time to get to know who you are. It's nothing wrong with taking the time to find out how much you need to grow, what areas you need to improve in. There's nothing wrong with taking the opportunity to kick back and say, you know what? I didn't realize that this was a fault of mine, but now that I'm aware of it, let me see how I can dress this up and get it to where I can be functional to get to the next level. Make that a goal. The whole thing that you want to do is make your goal something that you can reach, something that you can attain, and something that you can move forward towards. And if you keep that momentum, and if you're learning in between, you are making more progress than you think. You're a lot further along than you realize. Do not compare yourself to someone else. Do not let someone else's path make you rush your race. Do not let social media or whatever it is we see make you think you're behind. Okay? Because at the end of the day, everybody's walk is theirs. You can pick up the pace if that's what works for you. But don't you dare pick up the pace trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Smiths or whoever, because you may miss something that was meant for you to learn on that journey, trying to rush through it. Trust the process and keep working towards making progress. Okay. That's what I wanted to get to you today. That's what I hope that you will take and write down and let it marinate all in your spirit and just say, you know what, I can do this. I know that even though I may not think I am where I am supposed to be, I can most definitely look back and say, I am so not where I used to be. If that is your confession today, if that's something you can say, then I want you to give yourself a hand. Appreciate that. Appreciate. I don't care if it was just one step. Listen, you're one step away from where you were. That's something to celebrate. You've got to celebrate every small accomplishment like it's the biggest one. You know why? Because you made it. It's still an accomplishment that you made, and it's still worthy for you to acknowledge that, even if nobody else does, and especially if nobody else does. Okay. So, with all that being said, I hope that this little mini session on the My Breakthrough Zone gave you a breakthrough. I hope you took something from what I said and understand you got room to grow and you got room to go. Write that down, okay? Put that in your journal. And while you're writing this down, I want you to mark your calendars. I want you to mark your calendars. August 11th, which is this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uh, a colleague of mine is launching his business called Making a Change Services. And it's actually a much needed service that a lot of people have already started to inquire about. He's doing business consultation, Mr. Charlemagne McCarter. He's a podcast host of Brick City Show, also Over and Out Veteran Podcast, where he's reaching out to the veteran population, informing them, keeping them informed as well. And he does good work in the community. But he is now launching his new business, and it's called Making a Change Services. And why I'm bringing that up to you is because I'm humbled to be able to join forces with him, if you will, in part of his ceremony, grand opening ceremony, this August 11th on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be facilitating a much needed class. If you are in business for yourself or want to start a business for yourself or know someone who's in business for themselves, you guys need to be on this class. And as a freebie, as a thank you, as a token of appreciation for being there, I will be facilitating the Business Funding Readiness Masterclass. This class will teach you all about how you get business credit, what business credit is, how does it work. It is not the same thing as your personal credit. I will even talk about how I was able to secure $30,000 for one of my businesses in less than 6 months. Okay, but there are things that you need to work on in the time while the time is going and while your business is growing, so that you can be ready to be funded. Okay, if you are using your personal credit to fund your business, if you're paying out of pocket to fund your business, you need this class. It is absolutely free. So many people need this information, and I will post the link in the comments once we are all done with our live session. Definitely find yourself in the place to be. Thursday evening, August 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to see you there. You don't want to miss it. I'm super excited. Listen, I'm giving away a lot of valuable information that people are pining to get. Okay. It's going to be laid out. I'm going to put the food on the table. It's up to you to come to eat. Okay. So definitely look forward to seeing you there. If you watch this right now while it's live, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know you were there. If you catch the replay, that's okay. As long as you come through to get your breakthrough right here on the My Breakthrough Zone podcast show. I'm your favorite coach, Coach Sybil Kearse. Thanks for spending this time with me. Remember, keep moving forward. I promise you, you will be glad that you did. Much love and success. God bless.